Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much, first of all, for the love on my last video and for sending in questions for me to answer because I'm doing another Q&A today. And then after that, I will see what other kind of content you guys like, what you want to see. So yeah, thank you for being here. First of all, can we acknowledge the nails that I got today? They're so pretty. I know they're super plain, but I really love them. I usually get fun designs, so I decided to go plain because it's almost spring and it's kind of rainy today. So if that's what the lighting's not good in my car, that is why. First, before I get into the Q&A, I gotta show you. My sister-in-law texted me this morning. She's like, I'm really bored in the house. My brother has been quite sick, and so she's been staying home with him and taking care of him, and she's very much a go-getter and likes to get out of the house. She's like, Crumble Cookies having their French silk cookie this week. Can you get me one? I was like, of course. I'm already halfway there going to get my nails done, so I got her that. Oh, I hope it doesn't spill out. Look at this, you guys. It looks so good. I literally want to eat it, but it's not for me. So I'm secretly hoping that she'll share some with me. They have the mini cookies now, so I got a box of 3 of those for myself. I already ate one. It was like Biscoff lava or something like that. It was so good. It has like melted Biscoff stuff in the middle and then drizzled on top. And then the one I've kind of messed up already, but I got this one right here is strawberry cupcake, and this one is banana caramel. I know that sounds gross, but when I first saw it, I was like, that sounds disgusting. But then I looked at the description, and I was like, oh, okay, this is probably actually really good. It's a banana bread, like the cookie is banana bread, and then the stuff on top is caramely stuff. So yeah, after I get done filming, I'm gonna go to my brother's house because he has had some sort of stomach bug and he's been puking for the last like 48 hours. He's finally feeling better, and my sister-in-law has been stuck in the house bored. Take that to them and see how he's doing. But anyways, I thought I would get started on answering the questions I got in my last video. Also, if I don't see him as alive, it's because I already filmed a YouTube video just for it to have no sound. So I'm re-filming this. So I'm a little salty about that, but it's okay. Life of being a content creator, what's new? Maybe God's trying to teach me something. I don't know. But anyways, we will get into it. The first question is, what are some of the pros and cons of leaving the church? I'll start out with the pros. The pros are you aren't bound by rules that aren't biblical, and you also don't have people thinking that you are in a bad place spiritually if you wear shorter dresses or your head covering is smaller or you don't come to church for 2 Sundays or things like that, and the freedom to do things that I grew up with that were wrong, like listening to music, going to fairs, taking pictures, things like that. Just the freedom to be who I am in Christ is one of the biggest pros. Some of the cons are the biggest con I would say is leaving the church itself because of how you get treated and the things that get said to you. I actually got a text from my landlord at the time because I used to live in California and I left the church when I was in California. And my landlord at the time was Mennonite, and he said, I am so sad to see that you are leaving the church to live a carnal life. And I was just like, what? I've already been going to another church. I'm trying my best, I'm trying to live like I'm supposed to. And yeah, so it can be kind of hard. You have to be very strong mentally to do it because of the things that will be said to you. I had a pastor tell me that, oh, you'll come back. The churches out there are like ours. You won't be happy. And I knew that was completely false. But I was just like, why would you say that to me? That's just crazy. Anyways, the next question is, what were some things that were shocking to find out after leaving the church? I would say how low some people's standards are, especially when it comes to romantic relationships, because I know this is unheard of, but the specific church I came from, you don't date. You kind of like get to know the other person in crowds of people or with other people around, and then I guess you just know that you want to marry that person and you send a proposal through the pastors. The standards are really high in the church, and I've carried some of that over to my life now. I mean, obviously, I'm dating right now. That kind of bothered me a little bit that I couldn't date and like actually know this person before I said yes to marrying them. The low standards that some people have and the disrespect they have towards themselves of just allowing these things to happen to them or settling for less. Don't settle. I did that. I found out the hard way of settling for less. Don't do it. I just don't recommend it. So that would probably be my biggest one, is like how low some people's standards are in their romantic relationships, in their relationships, all kinds of relationships, in their life, how they treat their body, what they consume. I didn't grow up that way, so I guess that's probably part of it. The next question is, what is your favorite food? Now, here's the thing. Before I started dating my boyfriend, I loved pasta, but not like I do now because he's really gotten me into it because that's one of his favorite foods. That man would inhale pasta if he could. So I've started liking it a lot more, which is bad because it's full of carbs, but it's okay. I have supplements to help me not absorb that. So I would honestly say probably pasta and pizza right now are my favorite foods. What is my cat's name? Is the next question. I have two cats. The one I show the most, my big fat white cat, his name is Prince. And my other cat, tiger striped cat, her name is Chula. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Prince because he is a literal child that's in their terrible twos permanently. He is a mess. This cat, I have my mom has a lamp of mine on a stand in the living room, and the cord to go to the plug-in is across the carpet a little bit, and this cat straight up pulled on the cord with his paw and pulled the lamp onto the floor, and we hear this big bang and we're like, what is going on? And we go in there to find him sheepishly running off. So we knew right away it was him that had done it. It's just like, cat. And my mom used to have her cookbook shelf by the door that goes to our garage, and it's like one of those standing shelves, so he can reach some of the shelves. And we have a stool beside the shelf, so he would literally get up on the stool or even on the bottom shelf and paw cookbooks off the shelf to let us know that he wants to go out into the garage. It's just like, cat, what is your problem? And my mom, then she ordered this coffee bar thing off of Amazon, and it's got shelves in the middle, one that goes down to the floor, and she put some stuff in there, and that cat started pulling the stuff out of it. He's just a mess. And Chula, I call her my little old lady. She's really calm. She's really prissy. She is completely different than Prince. But if she jumps up on your lap, she will be in your face, rubbing all over your face, rubbing all over you. So I love my cats though. This question is, did you leave the job with the girl you were caring for? I'm going to say yes. I'm not going to give a whole lot of details, but I am going to say this. TikTok is where I make videos as an outlet for my feelings, kind of my therapy. And I made one thinking that my boss did not have TikTok. Somehow she did. All I'm saying is this whole situation, I feel like God saved me from my boss. I don't want to say too much because I've already gotten enough hate and hurtful comments from her. Not after she fired me, but anyways, yes, she did. I did leave my job. I respect myself too much to stay in that environment, and I was not getting the respect that I was asking for. And like I said, my standards are high, and so I was like, I can't be here anymore. I feel trapped. I feel stuck. I have to leave. I'm not going to say too many details, but yes, I did leave the job. I'm looking for another one right now. I have a couple leads, so we'll see how that goes. I hope it all works out. Next question. Oh, this says, one of the most difficult things about leaving the Mennonites is when you're born into the Mennonite culture, it's like a built in social life. So when you leave, it's kind of difficult from that aspect. Yes, it is. I had to find an entire new group of friends because I literally lost all the friends that I had. So I had to build a completely new friend group. So yes, it is very true. The next question is, I know you have dreams of becoming an EMT. Are you actively pursuing that or working on something else? So I'm not working on something else, but I wouldn't say I'm actively pursuing that because I grew up Mennonite, obviously. And so I only went to 8th grade. I started doing high school online, never finished it because I hate school. And I started doing my GED, but I haven't finished it. So I've been doing it online. because when I do become an EMT, I will be able to work in ambulance with my brother, and that is my dream, to go out and save lives with my brother. Last question is, in talking to others about the Mennonite culture, someone mentioned it's possible to be a part of the church for the perks per se while also living a life that wouldn't be the typical Mennonite woman slash wife. Not sure if that makes sense. How did you decide that not being a part of the church is what you really wanted instead of just being in the church to please your family? I kind of lived the double life for a little bit while I was trying to leave the church, and honestly, that is the worst. I don't do it. It's worse than either being all the way in or all the way out, because you have people asking you questions, but you're still a Mennonite, and it was tough, really, really tough. But deciding that not being a part of the church is what I really wanted instead of just being in the church to please my family, my mindset on that, I am not here to please people. I am here to please God, and what I worry about is making God happy and making God pleased. And that is all I worry about. My purpose is not to live for other people. My purpose is to live for God. It is not my calling to please my family, to please my friends, like obviously in a certain way, but you get what I mean. That is why I was like, I have to do this for God, for me. If other people aren't happy, then there's nothing I can do about that because this is the way I believe. Yeah, this video was supposed to be a lot longer than it was, but I kept running out of storage and having to delete stuff off my phone. I already did another one, like I said, with the video ending up being completely silent. So yeah, anyways, thank you for listening. Let me know what else you would like to see. I've been making day in the life short form videos on my TikTok and Instagram, so let me know if you want to see like a longer form, what you would like to see, any more questions you may have. I'll answer them in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. I truly appreciate all the love and support you all showed me on my last video, and I'm super excited for this journey. Now I am going to take this cookie to my sister-in-law and see my brother, see how he's doing, and go home and pack and clean up my room a little bit because I'm going to see my boyfriend because I'm getting a spray tan tomorrow, and he lives in the Detroit area, and it's a lot easier for me to find things like that. So my esthetician's doing it. I'm really happy about that. The reason my skin looks like this is because my esthetician gave me a new skincare, so my skin is purging. So that's why I look like this, because I am not a girl that wears makeup every day, just because I don't like to irritate my skin, and I feel like it irritates my skin a lot if I do it too much. I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.